Yo, what up, my friends? It's that guy. It's not Nation, Dreadhead of the world. I'm happy you guys are back again. I'm gonna do another video. I just miss you guys today, so I want to dedicate this one to Reddit again, showing off the dreadlocks on Reddit and seeing what we can come up with. So let's jump right in. If you haven't followed already on Reddit, the subreddit is reddit.com/r/notnation. Come on by and share videos, pictures of your Freeform Locs. Ain't no hate going on there. We're moving on 1,100 members. What do we got here on Not Nation? Lock Wise, 2 years and 2 months. What? Sick. Wow, those are dope. There's some congos happening, a lot of flat locks happening as well. He's probably got under 30 locks on his head in entirety. Looks sick. I love that they've congoed up from the fingers into one big dread. You can see some dye, like some sun bleach dye happening, some natural fade. Sick. Probably a few. Oh, he said he's 2 years in. And you know what? Within the first 2 and 3 years, sometimes up to the first 5 years, you don't really see much growth. But as long as we stay patient, it does show up. So just stick with it. Big TX is 6 months in on the freeforms. Whoa, those are sick. I love that there's kind of like a split here where some go up and then the other ones go down. And he's even got one on the front here that kind of folds in front of his face. And that's only 6 months. This is a really healthy progression. I appreciate you sending that in. Interpretive neglect with partial separation anxiety on white lady head. Hey, what's that about? Separation anxiety? Yo, these look sick. These have so much characteristics to it, so much charisma. I love the beads. I love that one lock that's braided up. They're very clumpy. And one thing I'm noticing here is the ends of the locks are very clumpy and the new growth is really thin. Now this happens with Caucasian hair. I've noticed that the dreadlock, once they mature at the bottom, they mature thinner at the top. And it's fine because some people just have thinner hair, and this is a kind of a result from that. And also when you are first free-forming your hair together on straight hair as well, it clumps a bit more at the bottom than other people's hair for some reason. So don't be alarmed by it. But these look sick, and I really appreciate you dropping a line here on Not Nation once again. I'm gonna turn the screen away so I'm not looking at that screen when I'm recording. 16 months in, feeling the best I've ever felt in my life. Now I feel like some of these videos might have been in the last Reddit review, but maybe not. Whoa, I love that clumpiness on the back. And look, this man is at work right now. So they're embracing his freeform locks at work, which is what we need to see more of in corporate America. I love it. It goes to show it's the skill set that is required and not the appearance in most jobs. That's dope, man. I really hope that we see some length coming in on those. It's the side part for me. May not seem like a big deal to others, but for me it is. Just a few months ago, I could not for the life of me get my locks to lay down with a side part. I guess they've gained enough weight and length now. 1 year. Still excited, still celebrating. Can't wait for 2 years. That is very inspirational. It looks great. The side part is a fantastic style. I did mention the side part as one of the easiest hairstyles you can do for dreadlocks in one of my most recent videos. So I'm happy to see that you finally achieved that length. And your hair at this point, in this photo, it doesn't even look like you have locks that well. But I know that they're there. And they're still in that baby growth stage where they're still kind of fluffy and light. When they mature and lengthen and thicken up, they're going to be even more fabulous. And these look great. Keep it going. 2 years freeform, dripping wet, sick. That's so cool. First time getting my hair done ever. Before this I had semi-locks, as in some of my locks were locked and some weren't. Okay. So these are retwists. They're retwists. We love all locks here on Knot Nation. I appreciate that video. 2 months freeform with some damp hair once again. Very early stages of dreadlocks. You can see that it is starting to work. The curl pattern is accelerating. Some locks are forming, and for 2 months, that's actually a really good progress. Reggae helped me zone out. Who else? Reggae has a frequency. The vibe frequency. 8 months and 7 months locked. Whoa. I love that. So wild and free. Sick. Mad Congo. Some loopy loops happening. This is the ultimate sign that your hair is locking up. These are good to see. Some people go to the loctician to get rid of those loops, but keep them. Those are sick. Thank you so much for sending that in. 17 months. I've been growing my hair, getting occasional retwists and fades. Got sick of that look and started to go free for 8 months. Should I cut my hair? Even though my sides and the back keep it going, see how it turns out? Nah, don't cut them, man. Just keep it growing out. You're looking good. Ain't nothing wrong with those locks. It's fantastic. Impeccable. Exhilarating. Why is this one not safe for work? Those are cool. I like a little high top side fade you got going on there. Here I wear my crown when I simply don't give a fuck about how society feels. Frizzy and loving it. How others feel about it sounds like their own personal problem to me. Know thyself, love thyself, freeform confidence. Oh my gosh. Those are some powerful words. Frizzy and loving it. How others feel about it sounds like their own problem to me. How other people feel about your hair is their problem, it's not yours. And that's a very important quote of the day. Right? Because that's the thing why we want to thicken our skin when we have locks, is because there's gonna be people that are gonna try and tear you down, try and push hate on your hair. We know it's gonna happen, so we have to be prepared for that. And by realizing that it's their problem and not ours, that's how we get past it. 11 months free forming. Jeez, are these real tattoos? Those are crazy. I love the flat locks that are going on there. There's so many facial piercings. I love tattoos. Piercings I get scared of because I had a couple piercings in my life in my ear, and they always hurt. They get infected on me for some reason. And they keloid and shit. Like, I'd rather get a tattoo than a piercing, but it is very unique, and that is quite the commitment to get some piercings like that in your face. So I appreciate you sending in your picture of your locks. It's very entertaining. I love it. Keep it going, and I would love to see an update from you. Who sent this? No talk photos in a few years. Natty. Ooh, in the greenhouse. What you growing? Herbs. I hope it's weed. Sick locks, man. Caucasian freeforms, looking smooth. Wispy tips. Yo, these are great. I love that we have all different races and hair types coming into here to show their locks on the channel. It's impeccable. It's impeccable. Freeform for about a year. Rasta. Wow. That is some volume. This is some volume, my friends. He must have had his hair longer already before he started. They turned out to be pretty thick. That is dope. Holy shit. I'm always so thrilled seeing what kind of locks are in the community. Been freeforming for a year, no separating or manipulating, just letting them be. Okay, starting off with that fade and to the afro with the tiny lock buds. Sick. Yeah, that's a great year progress. That is fantastic. Just started, be getting a lot of shrinkage though. Okay, I see you. But guess what? The shrinkage is all part of the game. That's how you know your hair is locking up. It's got to get shorter before it gets longer. It's kind of like 1 step back, 5 steps forward in a sense. Or 1 step back, 2 steps forward, you know? Went with wool extensions this time. Okay. Crazy. The extensions, the thing that always gets me, I mean, I'm okay with anybody doing what they want to do with their locks. You know, I'm open to it. I just want to say the one thing I notice about extensions, they look great, by the way, don't get me wrong, I like it. But I can always tell where the extension starts. You can see where it's blended in. I guess to the untrained eye, that wouldn't really be noticeable. I tend to look really close, and you can see that this is the spot right here that has been blended in. Wool extensions. That means it's from a sheep. It's not vegan, but that's crazy. What is this? Someone asked to see your hair wet. This is damp, 26 months freeform. A lot of damp posts. A lot of people showing their locks when they're damp. Sick. They look dry. They don't even look damp right now, but they look fire. Tons of finger locks going on there. Finger congos, I'll call them. Sick. Shake them out, shake them out. No shake out. Love it. Love letting the locks hang after a long day at work. I hear you, bro. That's what it's all about. Letting them hang out. And they're short too. Imagine having long locks tied up all day at work, and when you finally let them down, it feels nice. If I'm freeforming, do I stop sponging with lock cream and every morning? You do. Stop it. Let them grow naturally, bro. You'll be surprised how they turn out. You will be freaking surprised. Downtown Gatlinburg lock walk? What? Sick. I like the bronze look going on here. Which reminds me, this actually reminds me, and I'm gonna go to this video now because I saw it on Brookie West Instagram the other day, and I wanted to comment on it. So I'm gonna turn this video over to Brookie West real quick before her stories disappear. So I was watching these yesterday. Okay, so Brookie West, we had her on the show, the podcast a few months ago. And she's got some really epic freeform locks, right? She usually dyes just one lock, blonde and blue and green, different colors, but today she went with the whole transformation of her whole head to like a copper tone. So this is it. This is the transformation, and I was surprised, one, having the eyebrows bleached. I've never seen that done before. Here's the blue going into her lock here on that first one that's bleached. You know, dyeing freeform locks. This is the process. You will need a lot of help, and you will need a lot of products to do this. I love the look. The only thing was there was a lot of dye going into this. A lot of bleach, a lot of dye, and for me, I'm just wary about the chemical usage on the skin. Like, there's definitely not healthy for the scalp to be putting so much bleach and dye on yourself. So this is just my reason why I wouldn't do locks that are dyed like this. But I love seeing other people doing it because I know I'm not going to go down that road. And I do love the overall outcome of it. It's just a little cringeworthy for me to see the amount of chemicals used. It's kind of scary. But it's a cool look, and I've always loved this copper tone over the bleach blonde look. So this is an interesting part. She says, about to melt all these into a cup and apply it to my scalp. And then I'm going under a dryer for 20 minutes. And, you know, this part is being done to restore the scalp, because like I said, with the bleach and the dye chemicals going onto your scalp, it's going to cause some damage, probably some dehydration, maybe some burning. I don't know how bleach really works on the scalp. I've never done it, but I know that bleach does kind of burn out the hair follicles a bit. So you got to restore it, and this is hair food going in. And I thought it was very interesting to see that a mix of all these going into a pot, melting it, and then applying it, like, works. So it opened up my mind to realize that you can mix hair food, hair treatment oils together for a desired effect. Right? So this is the final touch of her putting on that oil with the brush. Again, I like this here as well, to see that it was being applied with like a paintbrush almost. That makes sense to get it down to the scalp. And then of course the final outcome. The story's already gone and I've missed the actual dyeing of the locks, but they basically had two people just pouring a bunch of bleach and dye into her hair to get this effect done. It looked like it took a long time to do, and you have to be really patient to get this done, that's for sure. But the overall outcome vibe, like, that looks nice. It does look nice, very unique. I've never seen anybody with that hairstyle before, so it paid off. Definitely unique looking Freeform locks. Then we can see here going in for the undercut. Crazy, look at the, wow. See, after like a day of it settling in, the color looks really popping now. Crazy. And that undercut probably feels really fresh and refreshing in the summer, catching a cool breeze under there. Crazy. Yo, that's sick. Okay, they turned out like mad dope. I just cringe at the procedure. But no hate to Brookie West. I actually love the way it turns out. I salute you for going through all that procedure. I do wonder how much it costs. I wonder how much all that costs you. I'm going to ask you in the DMs. But yeah, that's about it. And this was the before. I love the pigtails on this right now too. Crazy. Game Boy Color, what? Yo, she's a vibe. Yeah, this was the classic lock style she was rocking before. Yeah, she switched up her look completely. That's cool. Dope. Definitely a fan. What? And she got a tattoo on her scalp there? Learning not to envy someone else's blessings is what grace looks like. 444. Wow. That's a crazy spot for a tattoo. Jeez. Yo, that's nuts. I need to rebrand my entire look. That's sick. That's dope. I'm gonna end this one here. I feel like I got some good content out of all this. So definitely subscribe on Reddit if you haven't already. Subscribe on YouTube if you're new watching. And definitely big shout outs to Brookie West for going through that bleach and dye procedure and showing us the world what a dreadlock rebrand looks like. You know, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Adios.